Learning Islam from Scratch, Episode 23, The Language of the Soul and the First Call. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. This is Haira and this is my journey learning Islam from scratch. Baba, I was trying to read the translation of the Quran today, and then I switched to listening to a recitation on my phone. Even though I don't understand every single Arabic word, there's something about the sound that feels heavy, but it also made me think, if this book is for the whole world, for people in Singapore, Japan, America, why did Allah choose Arabic? Sometimes it feels like there's a barrier for those of us who aren't native speakers. Is Arabic a super language, or is there a reason we all have to stick to it?
Walaikum salam, Haira. That's such a grounded question. It's something many people feel, especially when they are putting in the effort to learn. Let's look at in this way. Islam doesn't teach that one language is superior to another. In fact, the diversity of our tongues is a beauty created by Allah. But think about our life in Singapore. We speak English, Mandarin, Tamil, Malay, but when we stand for the national anthem, what do we sing?
We sing Majulah Singapura in Malay.
Exactly. Does that mean every Singaporean is a Malay scholar? No, right? But that one language acts as a unifying heartbeat. It's the point where we all become one. Arabic serves the exact purpose for the global Muslim community. If you go to a mosque in a tiny village in Africa or a massive city in Europe and you hear Allahu Akbar, you instantly know you are home. It stops the faith from splintering into a thousand different versions. It keeps the national anthem of a humanity the same across every border.
I never thought of it as a unifying heartbeat. That makes it feel less like a barrier and more like a bridge. But why did it start there? Why with an Arab man in the middle of a desert?
Because every message needs a messenger who can explain it to his own people first. Allah tells us in Quran in Surah Ibrahim chapter number 14 verse number 4, وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَا مِن رَسُولٍ إِلَّا بِلِسَانِ قَوْمِهِ لِيُبَيِّنَ لَهُمْ. And we did not send any messenger except with the language of his people in order to make things clear for them. But Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was unique. He was the final seal and he is a universal messenger. With other prophets were sent to their specific tribe, he was sent as a mercy to all of existence. But to start the global revolution, he had to be a man a people could trust.
He was called Al Amin, right? The
Yes,
trustworthy.
yes, even by those who didn't believe in him. But his life wasn't easy, Hira. He was an orphan. His father passed away before he was even born. His mother passed away when he was only 6. He grew up knowing what it felt like to be a vulnerable. He worked as a shepherd, then a trader, but he got older, his heart started to ache for his society.
Because of how they treated people?
Precisely. It was a world where people buried their infant daughters alive because they were ashamed. A world of tribal wars, drinking, and idol worshipping. He couldn't stand the cruelty. So he started retreating to a small cave called Hira, just outside Mecca. He could spend Days there just thinking, seeking, looking for a light in all that darkness. And that's where the first call happened.
I've heard the story, but it always sounds so intense. He was 40 years old, right?
Yes, 40 years old, alone in the dark. Suddenly, the angel Jibrail appeared. Imagine the sheer awe and fear. The angel didn't speak. The angel didn't just speak, he embraced the Prophet ﷺ so tightly it felt like he couldn't breathe and said, read, Ikra. The Prophet ﷺ was illiterate. He couldn't read or write. So he said, I cannot read. This happened 3 times. Finally, the first words of the Qur'an were released into the world. In Surah Al Alaq, chapter number 96, verse number 1 to 5. اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق خلق الإنسان من علق اقرأ وربك الأكرم الذي علم بالقلم علم الإنسان ما لم يعلم. It means, read in the name of your Lord who created a man from a clinging substance. Read, and your Lord is the most generous, who taught by pen, taught man that which he knew not.
Taught men that which he knew not. That's so powerful. But the Prophet ﷺ didn't come down the mountain celebrating, did he?
No, he was shivering. He was terrified. He ran home to his wife Khadija, crying, say, cover me, cover me. He was worried he was losing his mind. But Khadija, her reaction is most beautiful part of our history. She looked at him and said, never. Allah will never disgrace you. You hope the you help the poor and you are kind to your relatives. You take care of a weary. She saw the man before she even fully understand the message.
It's so human, Papa. It makes the Quran feel less like a holy object and more like a lifeline given to a man who was honestly looking for truth.
That's the feeling I want you to carry, Haira. The Quran isn't the book that dropped from the sky in gold letters. It's a message that started with a hug and a shiver in a dark cave. It chose Arabic so it could unite us, but it chose a human heart so it could reach us.
I think I'll listen to that recitation again tonight. But this time, I'll imagine the cave.
And when you do, you realize you are a part of 1400 years old conversation.
This is Haira, and this is my journey learning Islam from scratch. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.